A lot is said about the Old Testament, and I believe misunderstood. I don't claim to know everything, but I want to share with you some things that I think I know. And concerning the Old Testament simply can be said that it is a promise and a law. A promise and a law, or we could say a promise and a teacher. Maybe that's better. A promise and a teacher. And the promise brings us Christ, the Messiah, the Savior. This is in Genesis chapter 12. You can read it for yourself. But the promise to Abraham, to his seed, that would bring salvation to the world and blessings to the world. Now we find that in the book of Galatians, that promise is not Israel. Israel is not God's chosen people, but Christ is God's chosen person. The promise is not to seeds, as in many people, but to the seed, as in one, Jesus Christ. And children of God are children of Abraham, or children of faith, or children of Christ, not Jews. I know right there it's going to mess up most of you, but just do the research, look it up. So the promise, the Old Testament is a promise and a teacher, and the promise is to Abraham to bring forth Jesus Christ, or to bring us a Savior, a Messiah, Christ. And the teacher is to bring us to Christ, primarily beginning with the Ten Commandments in Exodus chapter 20. In other words, it shows us, my God, I can't do this. I can't possibly live for God. What do I do? How can I possibly please God? I can't do all these commands. I can't keep up with all this. I can't do it. Exactly right. We can't do it. You can't do it. I can't do it. It brings us to Christ. So the promise brings us Christ, and the teacher or the law brings us to Christ. And that, my friend, is the Old Testament in a nutshell.